Another deck I was really excited to play was Jesmon. Jesmon back in the day was a menace, and then it kind of fell off, and then we got some more supports, and then it kind of fell off again. We got some more new support, and at first I was like, how is this gonna work? Because like it's a lot of level 6s, it's a lot of different it's different ratios for sure now. So let's get started. Gankoomon. I know a lot of people are using, I think, the Koromon after you remove a card from your opponent's security, draw one. I like the Gankoomon just because it's a one attacking. So with the Jesmon, the starter deck one that has one attacking, you can play a Sistermon. So in case you don't have one, I like to get the draw first, and then you can bring out the Sistermon and take advantage of the one attacking for the Jesmon, bring out a Sistermon. So that's why I really have this. You're really not going to be swinging with level 3s with Gankoomon. You could, but that's not how I'm using it, at least. Best Searcher Hwon. On play, reveal 5, and then you can add up to 2 Digimon cards with Hwon, Jesmon, or Sistermon and their names among them to your hand. Mind you, this will not get Gankoomons or the option card that has Royal Knight in its trait, so it's just basically the Jesmon line and Sistermons. I love playing this. It's really rare if I build up in the breeding area because pieces for this deck is very, very important, and searching for 5 is crazy. Or, you know, revealing 5 is crazy. BT13 Hwon. This one I really like. This is the one that you kind of want in the breeding area, just to take advantage more of his inherit, not really your turn. Your turn, when you play a Digimon with Sistermon and same, you may Digivolve into Hwon without paying the cost. So it can work, but it doesn't really come up. It's just the inherit your turn when you play a Digimon with Sistermon and its name, gain 1 memory. So now this is kind of, you know, because the whole thing is playing Ganku for 6, which we'll get into, and then since you're going to play a Sistermon, then you get a memory back from that, so you're kind of mitigating how much memory you're using from that. 2 of the new BT20 Hwon. It's not as important as I thought it was, because like I was reading it right at the start of your main phase by trashing 1 card of Hwon or Sistermon in its name, or the Royal Knight, and just trade in your hand, draw 1 and gain 1 memory. I'm like, dude, that's perfect. You get to build trash, draw, and since you don't really run memory setters, now you can gain memory. But it doesn't come up that often. The inherit, your turn, all of your Digimon get 1000 DP. It's not as important because with the starter deck Jesmon, you're getting that plus 3k, I think, 2k or 3k. The inherits also 2ks, and then 2 Sistermons level 3. This is a Sistermon blanc from starter deck 12. I love this one for quite a few reasons. You can play it, trash 1 card in your hand, and then you can draw 2. So you can build up. I like using it with the Awaken. If I have it in my hand, when I do drop this one, I'll trash it and I'll trash that Awaken one, and then draw 2. Then all turns, if you have a Digimon with Hwon and its same Royal Knight in its trait, this Digimon gains Decoy, red or black. You don't know what Decoy is, which I actually even have, I don't think it's in here, but I do have, oh yeah, there it is. I have keywords for Decoy. I gotta put these out there. It's my shameless plug, right? So Decoy, if you don't know what it is when one of your other red or black Digimon would be deleted by an opponent's effect, you may delete this Digimon to prevent that deletion. So it protects it from everything besides bouncing, digivolving, and battle. There you go. New Bao Hwon. This is the one that you're going to want to play just because of its main effect. Once per turn, you may play 1 Digimon card with Sistermon or Gankoomon in its name from your hand with the play cost reduced by 2. Now you can either play, if you don't have the setup with a Gankoomon, you could end up playing this one, and I have to give this one Decoy in case you don't have the pieces. And now you can trash 1, draw 2, and kind of helping you survive. A lot of people aren't running this because the Gankoomon X Antibody gives you like protection, and the new Jesmon X Antibody gives you protection as well. But you have to bring them out. They have to have Jesmon or X anybody or Gankoomon underneath. This one just flats out gives you decoy, which it's a little better, especially if you don't have all the pieces, right? The inherit, same as the new BT20 Hwon, all your Digimon get 1000 DP. 2 of the BT13 Bao Hwon. This one, when you play a Sistermon and it's same, you may Digivolve into Savior Huck in the hand for the evil cost. And then if it Digivolves from that effect, you reduce it by 2. So essentially now you're Digivolving for 1. Your turn, when you play a Digimon with Sistermon and its name, gain 1 memory. That's the inherit. That's more important, I think. 3 of the Sistermon Ciel, BT10. This one is gonna be your I don't want to say aggressor, but your key Sistermon to really helping you be aggressive with the deck. So you have on play, if it's your turn, one of your Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card with Royal Knight and its trait in your hand for its evil cost. And then your turn, once per turn, one of your Digimon Digivolves into a Digimon with Hwon and its name or Royal Knight, gain 1 memory. So now you can see you could either, if you do the main effect for this one, play this one for 2. Now this one will trigger, and then you can Digivolve the Bao Hwon, and that's one way you can do it, and then you gain 1 memory back. 2 of the BT6 Sistermon Seal. I like this one because it has an on-play of gain 1 memory, and then all turns, all of your Digimon with Hwon in their names or Royal Knight and the types get 2000 DP. I love this for the Gankoomon that's a blocker, and because you make him, I think it's 12, I don't think he's 13, but now you'll make him 14 or 15, whatever. So pretty straightforward. And then just 1 of the new Awakened Sistermon Seal from BT20. This card is actually really good. I had it at 2, but because of the searching that you do in this build and the whole, trashing and all that stuff, I think 1 is good enough. So I have a glare on my end. So trash, all turns. When any of your Digimon are played, one of your Sistermon Seal may Digivolve into this card without paying the cost. So if this is in your trash, you have this or whatever, so you end up playing a Sistermon, gain a memory. Play the Digimon if this is in your trash, now you can go ahead and Digivolve over it. And then on play and when Digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers can't suspend until the end of their turn. That is very good. Basically stunning something for 1 turn, which can actually really help you. Then it has end of all turns, places Digimon's top stack card as the top security card. 4 of the new Savior Huck from BT20. On play when Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5000 DP or less. Really good for going to think of like Gankoomon, right? I just did a Tyrannomon build and I run Gankoomon there. This will pop the Gankoomon, which is very good because then this one has the end of your turn. By suspending one of your other Digimon, this Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card with Jesmon and its name in the hand without paying. This is what I was trying to talk about. So this is an end of turn effect, right? So if you end up playing a Sistermon from the Jesmon, and you have this Awaken in the trash, and you Digivolve, it's already end of your turn, so then this one would not trash itself and go to your security stack, because it wasn't there for your end of turn effect. I hope that makes sense. So, thought that was interesting. Which would make sense. I'm like, why does it say end of all turns then? So then that's when your opponent's turn would end. Then it goes to your security stack. So the inherit for this one gives this Digimon with the Royal Knight trait gains Alliance. Alliance, if you don't know what it is, when you attack, you can suspend another Digimon, give it the attack power, and give it security attack +1 for that attack only, not for the end of the turn. 2 of the BT6 Savior Hwon, and I was running the other one, the one that has, if you play a Sistermon, you can Digivolve into a Jesmon for reduced cost of 2, and then the inherit is you can play a Sistermon when attacking from a trash or hand, which is very good, don't get me wrong. But because the combo works a lot with when you drop a Sistermon and then you can go into Jesmon and you got Blitz and you swing, then you can play another Sistermon. I just want to keep it to where I can, when I go to a level 5, I can play Sistermons, which allow me to help me go into the Jesmon. So the Savior Hwon that was limited to 1, but now it's back to 4. When digivolving, you may play one Digimon card with Sistermon in its name from your hand without paying its memory cost. Inherits when attacking. If you have a Digimon with Sistermon in play, unsuspend this Digimon, which it could work, especially if it's your turn. You know, you end up swinging, you unsuspend, and you can swing again. But for the most part, you're going to swing and it's past your turn. So it's not going to come up as often unless it's your turn again, and now you can swing, unsuspend, swing again. Except for the level 5s, not running that many. A lot of people are only running 4, but I really don't want to just be sitting there just dropping stuff, searching for pieces, and my opponent is just chipping away at me, building their stack and going to town on me. I'd rather not play that part. I was playing 4 of the starter deck ones. This one, when you do Digivolve for 4, it gets blitzed. What that means is, even though the memory passes over to your turn, and your turn would be over, you can still attack. That's what makes this card really good. Then it has a 1 attacking, you can play a Digimon card with Sistermon and the same from your hand only, without paying the cost. So it sucks that it's not hand or trash, especially because you do trash cards. And then your turn, when you play another Digimon by an effect, this Digimon gets 3000 DP and gains security attack +1 for the turn. So now there's combos where you end up doing the 1 attacking, and then you play a Sistermon. That Sistermon lets you Digivolve. You can end up going into GX. No, not GX, because his level is 6 or lower. But you can end up going to X Antibody, or you can Digivolve your Gankoomon to X. Whatever. Point is, Jesmon X, and now you still have carry over the security attack plus and 3k. One of the new Jesmon BT20, I was not running it. I was doing 4 of. After watching East, I'm like, okay, fine. I won't go fully aggressive. Guess. But it's true. Sometimes you don't have everything you need. This one helps you kind of stall. So on playing when Digivolving, you could play a token. When I first read it, it's like Atho, if I'm saying it wrong, whatever. Atho, Renate, and Poor. I'm like, damn, is that 3 tokens? But then it says token, not tokens. I'm like, whatever. So 1 token, and then that token has 6000 DP, has Reboot, Blocker, and Decoy. Another way to get Decoy if you don't have the Sistermon with Decoy. Your turn once per turn, when any of your other Digimon are played, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 8000 DP or less, then one of your Digimon may attack. This is good because, mind you play out the token, and if you have the level 5 underneath, you could use the token for Alliance on him after you pop something. And they have Reboot, so the token will just go back up anyway. Now you got Blocker and it has Decoy if they try popping your Jesmon. So this is not a bad card, like, at all. It's really not. Especially because it gives itself Blitz in a way. But I mean, it's for play cost. Digivolution cost of 3. So I did end up going with one of those, which is working out. Although for the most part, I'll just go to the starter deck one and just go to town. You know, just like OTK, man, if I can. 2 of the old Jesmon X Antibody. I was playing the new one. The reason why I'm playing this one is because you can play a Sistermon when you Digivolve. Just to extend your plays, you play the Sistermon and more targets for Alliance and or gaining memory from the Sistermon, or now you can Digivolve another Digimon. There's a lot of things you can do. But anyway, this one, Digivolve for 0 over Jesmon. It has built-in piercing. When you Digivolve, like I said, you can play one Sistermon from your hand or trash without paying the cost. The important thing is the trash right there. So think about it, you play the Sistermon, and then if you have Awakened in the trash already, now you can Digivolve there. Now you could stun something as well. Then if Jesmon is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, or you have a Digimon with Sistermon in its name and play until the end of your opponent's turn, all of your Digimon may also attack unsuspended Digimon and get 2000 DP. So he'll jump up to 13. What's nice about this one is that you don't need Jesmon as its source, because when you Digivolve, you play Sistermon first. Then they'll see that you have Sistermon on the field since you don't have Jesmon. Bam, there you go. Now you have other stuff too. And you could attack unsuspended Digimon with piercing. So pretty nice overall. The new one is good because it does give you protection from option cards, if I'm not mistaken. This is for Gankoomons, but you know I haven't received the other two in the mail yet. This is the big piece that you do want to have. When this card would be played, if you have a Digimon with Hwon, Jesmon, or Sistermon the same, reduce the play cost by 4. And now with the Bao Hwon, you reduce it by 2, so now you're playing it for 6. So if you're at 3, boom, play it. As Reboot and Block are built in, on play when Digivolving, one of your Digimon may Digivolve into a level 6 or lower Digimon card with Hwon in the same or the Royal Knight trait in hand or trash without paying the cost. This is beautiful because you could Digivolve itself into Ganku X, you could Digivolve Jesmon into Jesmon X. The whole thing is you bring up the Bao Hwon, and I'll just get into it later so I don't confuse myself too much. 2 of the Ganku X, when Digivolving to Digivolve 2, one of your opponent's Digimon. Then, if Ganku or Xn is underneath the sources until the end of your opponent's turn, none of your Digimon are affected by your opponent's Digimon's effect. Opponent's turn, all of your Digimon with Sistermon or Hwon in their names or the Royal Knight trait gain Reboot and Block. It was really good. It gives your Jesmon protection when you end up doing it, right? Inherit opponent's turn. When this Digimon is Jesmon GX, all of your Digimon gain Reboot and Block. Doing 3 of the new Jesmon GX. I'm not gonna lie, at first I thought it was a blast DNA that you needed to have the other card in your hand to be able to blast, like Examon. But it's not. It's just Blast Digivolve. So you could have any of the level 6s and then just blast over it as a normal card. That changed a lot from like, oh, that makes more sense. But you can also DNA level 6 Jesmon in name and level 6 Ganku in name for a cost of 0 during your turn. So that's if you don't want to. It's interesting, right? So that way you do it when it's your turn, you still have both bodies, so you don't pay anything and then take advantage of the Jesmon Ace. Or when it's your opponent's turn and they swing, then now you Digivolve for free. So they really try to make it for you to go into it for free. You really don't ever pay the 6 cost. If you have to pay the 6 cost, like you're about to, it's like, it's a do or die at that point. So, on play, when Digivolving and when attacking, once per turn, by placing 1 Royal Knight trait. I gotta pick it up, because this text is small, bro. By placing 1 Royal Knight trait card from your hand or trash as is Digimon's bottom source, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with as much or less DP as this Digimon. This is 16,000. There's not that many cards I have 16k. Mind you, it is your turn, so if you have the inherit of getting 2, or you know, the starter deck Jesmon, that give you that 3,000 to the end of your opponent's turn. Now you're sitting at 19, possibly 20k, popping something. Now the more important one is the other one, when attacking once per turn. This Digimon unsuspends, and for every 2 Royal Knight trait cards in this Digimon's Digivolution source, trash your opponent's top security card. So ideally what you want to end up doing is DNA, tuck something underneath, but you have 2 here. Swing, you unsuspend, and then for every 2 you trash 1, and then you can swing again. So it does get to the point where you trash 2, and you have 4 in the sources, so it's pretty cool. One of the old one, this one is still good. So Digivolve 5 with level 6 Royal Knight in its trait. When Digivolving, you may place 1 card with Royal Knight in its trait, and a play cost of 13 or less from your hand or trash until under this Digimon as its bottom source. Sorry, reading's hard. Activate one of the cards when Digivolving effect, then gets blitz. So what's good about this is that if this was in the trash or in hand or trash, you can actually tuck the GX underneath and trigger the GXs when attacking, when Digivolving as well. Now you can place it. Yeah, you do the whole thing all over again. It's pretty cool. All turns. While a card with Royal Knight is in its traits, is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, this Digimon gains Piercing and Blocker and Security Attack +1 for such card. So if you have those, right, you have another one, you get Security Attack +1 +2. So it could be like a good OTK hitter. I don't think this one you have to run, it's not really necessary, but from Master to Disciple, that's what the card is called, I couldn't remember. 4 of these just to help you go through your deck, right? You play it, reveal 3, add 1 card of Hwon, Sistermon, or Royal Knight in a straight, and then the rest get trashed. Then place it in your battle area. After a full turn, you can delay, meaning trash it, and the next time one of your Digimon will Digivolve this turn, reduce the evil cost by 1. The way that it's worded, you are able to stack them, right? Because it doesn't say, you know, when your Digimon Digivolves, trash this and reduce it by 1, something like that. It's just trash it, and then next time it does Digivolve, it's going to be reduced by 1. You can do all 4. But we're just doing this to search, get the pieces, get the trash going, and then the Inherit does the same thing as the main effect. So like I said, ideally if my hand is, you know, if I have that Hwon and then, you know, whatever your hand is at this point, let's just say this is the hand, I will not Digivolve over it to draw, because then, I mean, yeah, you could end up building up, but the point is you could brick. You have more advantage, right? You have more bang for your buck just dropping it for 3 and now revealing 5 cards. And now here you see I'm missing a ultimate and I guess a Jesmon, right? So now you could get a, say you reveal 5 cards, right? You end up getting like these 3, 4, 5. See, so now you can either pick the cards that you need and get them. So in this case I already have a Sistermon, but if you don't, you can get one. The point is you'll get the pieces that you need. And then boom, bottom deck. It's much more effective than just Digivolving and not knowing what you're going to draw. This one is better to have on the back, like I said. Now if you have this and you're at 2 memory or something like that, even if you're at 3, let's just play with 3, right? You move up. Use main effect. Once per turn, you can play a Digimon card with Sistermon or Gankoomon in its name for reduced cost of 2, reduced cost of 4, so now it's 6. So from 3, you're leaving your opponent at 3. That's crazy. Now that Ganku uses his own effect, and you can either go into, ideally you want to go into this one or that one, right? You go to this one. Now you can unplay. when Digivolving, then end of your turn. Suspend 1 Digimon, you'll suspend the Ganku because it has built-in reboot. You don't want to do another Digimon. And now you can Digivolve to Jesmon for free. And that's when you would go into the starter deck one, because from 4 to 0, boy. Now there you go. Now you got Blitz, now you swing. Now here, perfect example. Let's say I don't have a Sistermon. Gurimon, 1 attacking, 1 attacking. Draw. Oh, look at that. I ended up getting a Sistermon. Play Sistermon CL. Trigger. Get security attack +1. Then you can do your turn here. One of your Digimon may Digivolve for reduced cost. Not reduced cost, for its cost, sorry. Go into Ganku X. Now you can do Digivolve to and give all your Digimon protection from Digimon effects. Right? So now if they blast and it says, you know, bottom deck something, that's protecting you from effects. Do that. Got Alliance. Do the Sistermon. Doesn't matter at this point because the Ganku X gives all of them reboot. And boom. There you go. You got security attack +1. +2 from the Alliance. So that's 3 checks right there. Now you set yourself up. So now if your opponent does attack, and then you got reboot, so they would all stand back up and it's your opponent's turn. So now it's like, yeah, how are you going to clap back, right? It's a little difficult with the Ganku X going over. Now if your opponent ends up attacking, you can just blast into either or. So you got that, and then you just tuck in another level 6 with Royal Knights. Someone coming? So now you got 1, 2, swing, trash 1, and suspend, and then swing again. And you can swing with all those. So that's kind of the whole idea behind the Jesmon thing. Let's see another. If you don't have a Ganku, say you don't have a Gankoomon, you're at 2, whatever. You can either do the play a Sistermon for 2 from the Bao Hwons. Now you can using this effect, Digivolve for 3, gain a memory back, go to 2, use its effect, play another one of the same Sistermon if you want, and now use that one, and now you can go into your target choice, go there, go the one attacking, draw 1, now you, oh look at that, I drew another Sistermon, and now we're going to play the Sistermon CL Blanc. That gives decoy, so now if something happens to him, you can just delete her. And you got the one attacking, you can unsuspend, and there we go. Now you set yourself up as well to go into the GX. There is a lot of ways you can play with this. It's really fun. If I made a video, it'd be pretty long. I'm not gonna make it that long. So that is why I do like playing that savior instead, because sometimes you're not gonna have everything you need. And I just think it's worth it. So, are you guys playing Jesmon? How are you guys playing it? I thought of making the build without the whole new Gankoomon stuff and the GX, kind of like an OG one. I don't know how that would work, but I mean, playing a Gankoomon for 6 and then just doing all that stuff, it's kind of hard to beat. So, there you go. Catch you guys in another one. Don't forget to check out all my merch at the Etsy shop.